Ayodhya chapter number 76. So far, we have seen Bharata lamenting the separation from Rama in front of the corpse of King Dasaratha, and Vashishta asks him to conduct his funeral rites. Verse 12. Tata hi Bharata vakyam Vashishtasya abhipujyatat Ritvik Purohita Acharyam Svarayamasa Sarvasaha. Bharata said, "So be it," in obedience to Vashishta, who hastened up the learned Vedic scholars, family priests, and preceptors to perform the various rites. Verse 13. Yetu agrataha nara indriyasyagni agarat bahish krita Ritvik-bir yajakai chaiva te hriyanti yathavidi. The fires of the king were prepared outside the chamber and kindled in accordance with the rituals by the priests and the sacrificial attendants. The Garhapatya and the other sacrificial fires that were duly tended by Dasaratha in the fire chamber had already been removed outside before the moment of pollution. The priests and their assistants bore them to the cremation ground in order due. Verse 14. Shibilayam atha aropya rajanam gata chetanam Bashpakantha vimanasa tam uhuh paricharaka. Next came the royal attendants, who with streaming eyes and silent grief carried the mortal clay of the emperor on a priceless palanquin. Hiranyam cha suvarnam cha vasamsi vividhani cha prakiranta jana margam nirpate agrata yoyuh. Others walked before them, scattering along the road various colored garments and flowers of silver and gold. Verses 16 and 17. Chandana, Aguru, Niryasan, Saralam, Padmakam tatha, Deva Daruni cha hartya chitam, Chakrus tatha apare, Gandhan ucha avachams cha, Anyams tatra datva atha bhumipam tata samveshyam aho chita madhye tam ritvija. In this way, others brought sandal, agru, and fragrant aloes and other essences, with heaps of sarala, padmaka, and devadara woods, and built a pyre and strew many kinds of fragrant substances on it. Thereafter, the priests laid the mortal remains of the king in the center of the pyre. Verse 18. Tatha huta shanam hutva jepus tasya tada ritvija jaguh chate yatha shastram tatra samani samaga. Then those priests engaged for the benefit of the king poured oblations into the fire and recited sacred texts relevant to the funeral rites. Among those priests who could recite the hymns of Samaveda chanted them according to the rules. Shribi kabhai cha yanai cha yatha arham tasya yoshita nagaran niryayus tatra vriddhai parivrittah tada. Then, in accordance with their rank and surrounded by aged guards, the wives of King Dasaratha departed for that place from the city in palanquins and other carriages. Verse 20. Prasavyam chapitam chakrur ritvigno agnichitam nripam striya sa shoka santapta kaushalya pramukha tada. Kaushalya and the other women were tormented with grief. The appointed priests and the wives of King Dasaratha circumambulated in anti-clockwise direction the king who was lying on a funeral pile. So they went from right to left and left to right. This is why when we circumambulate the Lord, we should always keep the deities on our right. We should never keep them on our left. And that is a very bad sign, and over here we get to see why. Verse 21. Kraunchinam iva narinam ninadha tatra sushruve artanam krauncham kale kroshantinam sahasrasha. The laments and shrieks that rose from 1,000 women's throats like screaming curlews smote the ear far and wide. So we know that King Dasaratha had 350 wives, and over here it is mentioned 1,000. So we can say that those wives as well as their maidservants had all come in, and they were all very busy conducting the funeral rites of King Dasaratha, and they were extremely sad because obviously King Dasaratha was no longer alive. Verse 22. Tatah rudantyo vivasha vilapya cha punah punah yanebhya sarayu tiram avaterur varangana. Thereafter the lamenting ladies, thereafter the grieving ladies wept uncontrollably and, lamenting again and again, alighted from carriages on the bank of the river Sarayu. Verse 23. Krita udakam te bharatena sardham nripa angana mantri purohita cha puram pravishya ashru parita netra bhumau dasha aham vyana anta dukkham. After offering libations of water in the name of the dead, the prince returned to Ayodhya with the royal ladies, the councillors and the chaplains, watering the dust with their never-ceasing tears. The royal kinsmen slept on the ground singly during the 10 days of the period of pollution. So King Dasaratha's funeral rites takes place over 13 days, and in this chapter we see the first 10 days, and then in the next chapter we see the next 3 days as well. And it's very important that Valmiki has split it this way. And we will see the reason why Valmiki has done it in the next chapter. But it is very important for us to understand that despite Bharata knowing that he has to go to the forest, he first does his duty and conducts the last rites of his father first. And we have already discussed why. And now we get to see that even sage Vashishta echoed these sentiments, and he was the one who confirmed that Bharata has to first conduct the last rites of King Dasaratha before proceeding to the forest. The more pressing task was to do the Shraddha ceremony for his father, and Bharata has done 10 days of it. And then we are going to see another 3 days, and then we will see what exactly Bharata has in mind. Mangalam Koshalendraya Mahaniya Gunabde Chakravarti Dhanurjaya Sarva Bhaumaya Mangalam.